So 200 tons to a useful orbit with full reusability. And yeah, it's really an incredible amount. 1,200 tons of useful load to orbit last year. Yeah, that's just astounding. So I think that really deserves a round of applause. Like wow, I mean, that's the most mind-blowing. And the rate of increase is just astonishing. Now, these numbers will actually look very small in the future. In order to build a city on Mars, we'll need to be kind of in the million-ton to orbit range. So maybe a little higher, ideally a little higher, but it's sort of, if you just try to get things to the right order of magnitude, like not trying to get to an exact number, but try to get the order of magnitude right. I think it's on the order. It's roughly 1 million tons to Earth orbit. That'll get you roughly 200,000 tons to the surface of Mars. So roughly, approximately 20% of whatever you get to Earth orbit, you can get to the surface of Mars. And figure like maybe we need at least 1 million tons of useful load to the surface of Mars for it to become self-sustaining. That self-sustaining threshold is actually a very tough threshold to meet, because even if you're missing a tiny thing, then eventually that Mars will die out. So you've got to be able to not just build, for example, computer chips, but you need to be able to build computer chip factories. Because if you can't build computer chip factories, the factory that you do build will eventually break down, and then you will have no chips. And then that's it. So it's kind of like a long sea voyage, where if you're just missing vitamin C, yeah, you'll cruise on for a while, but then your teeth will fall out and you'll die. So that was a real problem in the old days. Anyway, it's quite a high threshold, and like Mars is a fixer-upper of a planet. Needs some work, but so it's not like you can just run around outdoors and fish or live off the land. You can't live off the land on Mars.